Hey everyone, and welcome to the start of another weekly vlog. This week I'm going to be doing a bit of a reading challenge. For the last 4 weeks I've been doing weekly vlogs as part of Whateverthon, hosted by Maddie from Book Browsing Blog, and that has had varied success. I haven't managed to complete all the books that I want to complete by the end of Whateverthon, which is Wednesday this week. So I have 3 days to finish the 3 books that I wanted to do for hitting my target of 8 books for the month. And like I say, I need a bit of motivation to do this. So I'm going to make this week a bit of a reading challenge and try and challenge myself to read 200 pages per day for 5 days, Monday to Friday this week, and see if we can get the 3 books finished that I want to get finished by Wednesday. And then obviously the month of July is Pather Pantheon, and I've got a new TBR for this month as well, so my 200 pages a day will go in very good stead to try and getting one of those prompts ticked off promptly. So that is the plan for this week. So my TBR for the next 3 days will be Radiance by Grace Draven, Circe by Madeline Miller, and Every Heart a Doorway by Shona Maguire. Now, they are all, well, two of the 3 I've started, and one I have not. Thankfully, the shortest one I have not. And I would like to get these finished by Wednesday. Now, they are all at the point where it's about 170-ish pages of each left to go. That's doable, and it's under my 200 a day target, but obviously I'm hoping to read 200 a day. Now, I normally don't read very well at the start of a week. If you've watched my weekly vlogs, you will know this. And as usual, I have a busy start to this week. I'm back at work after a week's holiday, so I've got to catch up on work stuff. I am starting to loan a horse a couple of days a week, about 3 or 4 days a week. This week it's 3, because my search for a new horse or second horse has been rather unsuccessful up to this point, and a friend is pregnant and requires a bit of help with her horse. So it seemed like the obvious answer just to help her out for a bit while I'm struggling away to find something I actually want to buy. So that starts today. So I've got 2 horses to do today instead of 1. Tomorrow is my weekly catch up with my best friend, and that leaves only Wednesday that I technically have properly free to do reading. So I'm already making my life difficult for myself. So I'm going to need all the help I can get to make it through to the end of Whateverthon with all my books read. But I'm determined. It's going to happen. So that is the setup. And then I will fill you in later this week on what my plans are for Mistake. But let's just stick with the Whateverthon books to start with. Let's not get overly ambitious here. Plus, it'll mean the starting off clip will be super long. So we have the obligatory cup of tea to start off the day. We have Lappy logged on. I actually have my personal Lappy logged on as well to fill in bits and bobs for that. And I've got to go get stuck into work. So catch you later, guys. Look at him standing there. Not going to focus on him, is it? Nope. Right. It is many hours later. Work has been finished for the day. And I have gone and driven to 2 yards. I've ridden 2 ponies. And now I have to go home and cook dinner. Thankfully, it's a kind of reheat from yesterday kind of job. And then I'm hopefully going to have a couple of hours before sleep to read a couple of 100 pages. Because that's all the time I have left in the day. Talk about overcommitting myself. But we have to try. As long as I get my 170 odd pages of Radiance done tonight, I will be happy. So that's the plan. Oh. Hello everyone, and welcome to Tuesday. It took me a second there to realise what day it was. Day 2 of the vlog. So yesterday I didn't come back for a final clip, but that's because I was reading like mental. Because I only had like 2 hours before I wanted to go to bed. and I wanted to get my book finished. I had 170 odd pages left of Radiance that I wanted to finish yesterday. And that technically didn't happen because I finished them after midnight. I was really stupid and stayed up till almost 1 o'clock last night reading it because I did not leave myself enough time during the day to actually read my pages. But technically, I failed. But I'm going to consider anything done before sleep as a success. So, and it's my rules. So I finished that book. I finished my book, and that's what I wanted to do yesterday. I wanted to challenge myself to read 200 pages a day this week. So day 1 is technically a success. Because before I went to bed, I finished 237 pages. If we add in my audiobook as well. Popper needs a pee. I'll be back momentarily. And we're back. So, where was I? Yeah, I stayed up really late reading Radiance and finished it. So that got me to 237 pages done yesterday. So I crushed my goal. I'm very, very chuffed with that. And that's one more book towards Whateverthon, which is finishing on Wednesday at midnight. And that means I've got 2 left to go. Now, before we move on to the next book that I'm going to try and get done, let's just have a little roundup on Radiance. Radiance follows Brishan and Ildiko? I don't know how to say her name. And these are 2 members of respective royal families. One is human, one is Kai. And they're both kind of like spares. Like, they're not really needed. So they are put into an arranged marriage to support sort of trade deals between the 2 countries or 2 territories. And obviously because they are not the same species, they don't find each other particularly attractive. They actually find each other quite repulsive. Obviously humans look like humans. But the Kai are like sort of more, they're more kind of like demony looking, I suppose. They've got grey skin and like black dark eyes and really, really sharp teeth and claws. I think generally humanoid in shape for obvious reasons, being a romance. But basically not found to be attractive to humans and vice versa. And basically these 2 are put into an arranged marriage and it's kind of wonderful. I'm gonna move my camera there. They are so good together as a couple. They come into the marriage knowing what it is and having realistic expectations from it, and they get to know each other, and it's all very slow and nice, and you kind of want their relationship, which is really bizarre to say, but you want their friendship and their relationship, and watching it grow is just amazing. I've had this book on my TBR for ages. Jean Mingus from Jean's Bookish Thoughts described it as a really healthy relationship, which obviously don't happen in books very often. They can be really toxic or just be really unrealistic. And yeah, this is a nice relationship. I really, really enjoyed it. And the plot was decent. I mean, it was predictable in the way, like, you knew they were going into a marriage, you knew it was going to be sort of the development of their relationship, I suppose. And then obviously there's like this 3rd act kind of drama that you expect. And I think from fairly early on, I was expecting there to be this kind of issue. I'm trying to not be spoilery. And the issue that I was expecting is what happened. Or at least like a variation of that. And so yeah, like the plot in a way was very, very predictable, but not in a bad way. I really enjoyed it. And I was so caught up with these two characters that I didn't care. And then there's a kind of ending part which gets darker and obviously leads on to where the next couple of books in the series are going to go. I think it's a trilogy, maybe some novellas as well. And I'm like, ooh, I really want to read on now. So I immediately bought book 2, which is another name I can't pronounce. Eidolon, something like that. And I think the last one's the Ipos King. Probably butchering the words, but yeah, I immediately bought the 2 of them on my Kindle because I wanted to read them fairly quickly. I really enjoyed them. I really enjoyed this book. It's a 5-star. Like, I need to run it through Cawpile. But it's... I don't see how it wouldn't come out as a 5-star. Like, if you're just kind of doing the sums in my head, I know kind of what's going to be a 4 and a 5-star. And, yeah, I really liked it. I really, really liked it. I think I only took a few days to read it. And I very much enjoyed. So despite the fact that I read it in a rush, I'm almost glad there was the rush to push me to read it, because I kept only reading a few pages a day because I was really busy. But obviously with my challenge this week to read 200 pages a day and finish the books I want to finish for Whateverthon, I had enough motivation to push through and to get it done. So that was amazing. Now, if anyone is doing Whateverthon and maybe is aware of the prompts for Whateverthon, you'll know that there is a prompt that is read a book that starts with the last letter of the book you just finished. So Radiance ends in an E, and Every Heart a Doorway by Shona Maguire begins with an E. So this is my next read. This is book 1 in the Wayward Children series, and I don't really know much about it. Except that people on BookTube love this series. It's about kids that go into different worlds, like portal fantasy. And I know it's really short. So, my dog is not helping. He clearly wants to be in the plit. Oh, it is standing on my stomach. You are such a brat. You are such a brat. You're going to throw your bone away, are you? Are you a brat? Are you a brat? You just want mum's attention all to yourself. Well, I'm going to go and start reading Every Heart a Doorway, and I will catch up with you either later on today or possibly tomorrow again, because I have another busy afternoon. I've got another... Canaan. I've got another busy afternoon. I've got another 2 hours of work, possibly 1.5 if I can't face it. And then I'm going to go and ride Dylan. You brat. You absolute brat. You absolute brat. I'm not really comfortable with you chewing a bone on my boob. That is a recipe for disaster. Anyway, I've got to go ride Dylan. And then I'm going to my friend's house tonight for dinner and a catch up and chatting about some wedding guff that needs to be chatted about. I don't get excited by weddings that much, so it's my own wedding. I really should be more excited about it, but I need to chat about some stuff with her because she's my maid of honour, and we have some decisions to make. Well, I say I have some decisions to make, but she's going to help me make them. So I need to do that tonight. I'm going to be home late. I'm trying to avoid being chewed. I'm going to be home late again, but I'm hoping to make a little start on Every Heart a Doorway. I've popped it over there. It's only 170 pages, I think. So if I can crack a bit of that just now before I get back into work, that would be productive. And I will catch up with you when I have more to say on the newest book. Yo! So hello! It is day 3 of my reading challenge. For the second night running, last night I did not give you an updated clip of what I'd been doing. I was at my friend's. I think I mentioned that in an earlier clip that I was going out, and I was at my friend's till about 10:30, 11 o'clock, came home, read for a bit, but I did not make my 200 pages, so I technically failed on day 2 of this challenge. No! Dog's trying to eat my hand cream. Yeah, so day 2 of the challenge. I did not do my 200 pages. Now, technically, I overread yesterday by 37 pages. So if we steal those and add up the pages that I did manage to read, we get to like 139 or something. So overall for the week, I'm now 61 pages behind. Something like that. I wrote the maths down earlier. So I can make that up. I can totally make that up. So if I read 261 pages tonight, we're back on track. And I don't have plans tonight. So I have to go and put a harness on a whingy puppy, go and pick up Ewan, drive on over to the horse, do him quickly as possible and get back here for an evening of reading. I really hope there are some sprints on for the last night of Whateverthon. I mean, I hope so. It's the last night. I would like to think there'll be sprints going on till midnight, but I'm assuming that means someone has to be free to do it. So I will hopefully find some sprints. If not, I definitely have a backlog of them saved. And there'll be a lot of reading tonight. So I will fill you in a bit more later on when I've actually read more of the books. Yesterday I started Every Heart a Doorway. I read about 38 pages of that. And the other pages was from Invisible Woman, about the gender data gap. My dog's found a squeaky pig again. He does this whenever I pick up the camera. He finds the most loud, annoying toy to play with. Anywho, so my audiobook is Invisible Women by Carolyn Criado Perez. And I think I've only got about 2 and a bit hours left of that. So if all goes well, I will finish 3 books tonight. Barest minimum, I want to finish 2. So I'm going to go get ready. He's hitting me with the pig right now. This dog is a brat. You are a brat. You are a brat. Yes, you are. Anyway, I'm going to go get Ewan, drop off dog, do horse, and get back here for a night of reading, and I will fill you in later on. Hello, just a quick update. It has been a super productive evening. I have ploughed my way through Circe, and Every Heart a Doorway has about 50 pages left, which is awesome. So I've surpassed my reading goal for the day, which I really needed to, which is excellent. But I've had a good evening just to spend reading, so that was the plan. And when I go to bed, I am going to listen to my last hour of my audiobook to finish off Whateverthon in style. So that will be 3 books finished today, which brings my total to 9, and that is 1 more than my goal. So I am very, very chuffed with how this readathon has gone. So I'm going to finish the end of this book, and I will catch up with you with some more thoughts tomorrow. Good boy. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Oh, I hope that was on film, Kaden. You fell. You fell. You fell. Never get tired of this happy little face. Although he is starting to look like a barrel. Hello, handsome. You is looking very podgy. You is looking very podgy, Mr. Fatty Pants. Huh? Yeah. time for another update of this week's reading challenge. So I've been a bit rubbish and not done a proper update for a couple of days. My first aim of the week was to read enough pages to finish my remaining books for Whateverthon, and I managed to do that I managed to finish all my books for Whateverthon. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I definitely completed my reading challenge. Obviously, Monday, I overread. Tuesday, I read my pages I needed. And then Wednesday, I massively overread and did like 415 pages. So then yesterday, I didn't read that much. I had read the majority of pages kind of ahead that I needed to. My dog's chewing a bone, by the way. That's the crumbling noise in the background. So I only needed to read like 46 pages or something yesterday, so that's all I did. I started on my first book for Myth Take Reads, the Whateverthon readathon, and that was Darkest Night by Gina Showalter. So I did 46 pages of this, and that was what I read yesterday. So today, obviously I've shown you some clips of what I got up to this morning, and then I did the remaining of the reading challenge for the week. I had my 200 pages that I had to read, and I read 200 more pages of this. So I'm now a good chunk of the way through this one. And so over the course of the week, I successfully read 200 pages on average per day. I read the required 1,000 pages in a week, which was tough going, but I had the motivation to do it, obviously, with trying to complete one readathon and kickstart the next one nice and strong. So I managed to do that. I also had an audiobook to finish in the background, which I completed as well. So that was fantastic, and I will give a roundup of all my Whateverthon books very, very soon. I will pop a link up there. I can't remember if that's going to go up before or after this video. Possibly before, actually. Do I think I could do this again without the motivation of trying to get books done for a readathon? Maybe not. But I managed to do it this week, which was a very big achievement, and I'm very, very pleased. I definitely don't think I can carry on reading that stringently for longer than a few days, but obviously it's good to know that I can do it when I want to. So I'm sitting in this corner over here because I'm filming another video right now, which is why it's more of like a sit-down video setup than it is a standard vlog update. Just thought while I was sitting here, I would film my vlog update. As a quick wrap up, over the course of the week, I finished Radiance by Grace Draven on Monday, and then I started reading Every Heart a Doorway by Shauna Maguire on Tuesday. I finished this and this on Wednesday in time for the end of the readathon, along with my audiobook, which was Invisible Women. Then of course Thursday and today was this bad boy, and I have managed to make a good start into my first book for Myth Takes Whateverthon. So like I say, very successful week. Hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you again in another one very, very soon. Bye.